Yeah, the school bells, they are ringing. Our students are almost, if not already, out for summer. So at the very start of this season, decide, moms and grandmas, decide what you want your summer to look and feel like. My first guest this morning does this each year with her family. They design the summer they want to live and they map it all out. She's going to help us do the very same thing today. Studio 5 contributor Kelly Jensen joins me. By the way, I'm pregnant.
My heart rate is raised. You just sprung that on me. I'm
the
crying
cutest.
as you're talking about teachers now.
I know. I didn't get ahead of myself as I would have liked to with text messages to friends in real life. So sorry to spring that on you.
I'm so excited.
All right, summer. You believe that word design and choose and decide. Those words are so important when it comes to heading into a summer season that we want to craft.
That's right. I really feel like it's like with anything else. If you don't know your destination, if you don't know where you're headed, you're going to find yourself off on some path, and the time passes anyway. You're going to do the walking. You're going to do the summer. So if you set a few little goals and things that you're going to do, then you'll find yourself at this vista and know that it was worth it. You'll have something to look back on, even just a couple things that say, this is what I wanted to fill my life with. This is how I wanted to live. This gave us something. This brought us joy. It's bonded us, brought us together. And I mean, that's what summer should be about. A little bit of stillness and a little bit of the things that you really want time for.
I just want to remember and replay that. Your words were so perfect. The time is going to pass anyway.
It is.
So let's make the most of that time. Your family does this every year in a really fun way. It's come to be kind of a viral, popular. Others have adopted this.
Yes.
Tell us about your tradition.
It is, I feel like, the secret sauce to what I'm trying to make my motherhood. It's called our Live List, and it started when I was 18 years old. My dad kind of challenged me, like, who are you, Kelly? What are you going to do with your life? What do you want it to look like? And so I made a list of 10 things that I wanted to do, big and small. And over the years, we've just adopted that. And I think our family has done it probably at least 17 years now.
17 years.
And it really is just the small and big things we want to fill our life up with. It can be a root beer taste test, ice cream at midnight. It can be jumping in the pool with your clothes on. It can be traveling to a place that you've always wanted to go. It can be learning a new skill, going to a new church, doing a specific service project. It's really like, who do I want to be? Who do I want my kids to be? And what is that path that we want to walk in our life so that we find ourselves looking back at this beautiful journey we've had and not just wandering.
Okay, so for people saying, but what if I would do those things anyway? Monday through Friday, skipping along the way, I might say, oh, there's a pool, we have our clothes on, let's jump in. What's the value or benefit of saying in advance? Like, is it the anticipation? Is it the intentionality? What makes it special to say it in advance and then set out to do it?
I think it's a little bit of everything, but mostly I think it's the gratitude of it. When you make lists and you know what you're supposed to do, checking that off makes you feel confident. Not only that, but when you can go on a hike, but if you say, let's find 3 different birds to your children, you're noticing those birds, or you're hiking to a specific lake to jump into. You know, that's very different than let's go on a hike. You start to teach your kids that the little things matter, and also that setting goals, it feels good to accomplish those. So even if it's jumping in the pool with your clothes on, first of all, there's so many things that come with that if you're willing to do with that. Because my daughter put that on our Live List when she was younger. You couldn't believe how excited she was when we did that. Because
Giddy.
she said, my parents don't want to do that, but they jumped in the pool for me. My family did that for me. And I think that's a part of a Live List too. You're all adding and you're there for each other.
I love the word gratitude. I think it is sincere gratitude in practice. You know, from a professional standpoint, if you look at the title influencer as a profession, what they do is they romanticize their life retrospectively. They say, oh my gosh, look at what happened today, and they make it beautiful. This Live List concept does that in advance, which infuses gratitude because I'm gonna do that.
And purpose.
Purpose, intentionality.
Absolutely, and who doesn't want that? That's what we're trying to give our kids, and we're trying to show our kids that you have a choice on how you live your life, but you have to make that choice.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't just be led. And if you start making those choices and think, what do I want my life to look like? Who do I want to be? Then you will follow that path because you'll have a visible and a place to go.
A North Star. I love this so much. Kelly just rattled off a few beautiful, tangible, practical examples. But for those of us out there who want to write our own live list, you're going to help us kind of go big scope and shape what that might look like. First, you say a good live list takes courage.
I encourage you to do something that takes a little vulnerability, that gives a little risk, that puts your heart on the line just a little bit. And the reason behind that is we all know, those of us raising kids, what creates confidence in someone? It's a little bit of risk. And it's also a great opportunity to model that for your children and to show that you're going to be okay. Win or lose in this thing that we risk, we're all going to be in this together. We're going to go on that ropes course. And regardless if you can jump off that point or not, we're here and we're doing it, and courage to step down and courage to go forward are both courage.
Friend of the show, Maria Eckersley, says adventure lies 2 steps outside of your comfort zone. Like, we can all take 1 step, but it's that second step on the tire swing or the rope course. So have something on your list that requires courage.
Absolutely.
You want us to experience a family first.
Yes. This started and I felt the power in this when my son was about 8 years old and he had to do a report on the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
And so he wanted to put on our live list, visit the Grand Canyon, and my husband hadn't done it and I hadn't done it. And so that's how we marked it. This is our first time as a family ever visiting the Grand Canyon. And we stood there in wonder. I have a picture of my children looking at the Grand Canyon, and we just thought, this is the first time any of our eyes are doing this. And there are so many things. It might be eat a pickle. It might be eat ice cream at midnight. Maybe nobody's ever done that, but you find these things that, Dad, have you done that? Mom, have you done that? Let's do that together.
And think of the memory that's made. I often think, do we remember memories because we have a picture or a family video of them? Or do we have a family video of them so we do remember them? It's kind of this this or that. But what you've described is calling out the magic, calling out the memory before it happens.
And
they'll remember.
Absolutely, because I think it's what you value.
Yeah.
You have to put on your list things that you value, things that breathe life into you and speak. And that's why taking a little time to form that and making the choice to do that, like you're saying, it will impact that part of you that speaks to your value and makes you remember.
You're so sparky. We're all feeling it, Kelly. Your energy is so contagious. Lastly, you want us to try something new for your family. This was a hands in the dirt opportunity.
Absolutely. We wanted to make a garden in one of our lives lists. It was so long ago, and first it started as just this little corner of grass that we lined with river rocks, and we planted a few things, and it has grown into something that our family loves so much. And then one year we put garden boxes up for our garden. Then we built a fence for our garden.
So it was
then we
growing,
made a pathway.
literally.
And it grew with our family. And now when we do our summer live list, we say we're going to plant beans this year. We've never done that. We're going to do a pumpkin patch. And this becomes something our family loves, and we're watching it. We're tending to it. We're all involved in it. We're eating from it. It's been a really beautiful thing, and it started with just a choice, a path. We want a garden. It doesn't matter if you kill your garden. It doesn't matter. Then the next year, this is the first year we keep a plant alive. It doesn't really matter. It's the value of it. It's teaching your children that they're important, that what they think is important, that their little hands or their big hands can create magical things, that their feet, where they choose to go matters and impacts the rest of the world. A live list is just a fantastic way to try to map out your life.
Do you feel the power of this list grow as your family's grown year after year, 17 years over?
Absolutely. I really feel like it is the best thing I've ever done in my motherhood, because it gives us, not only as we make these lists, it gives us a path to walk on, but it gives us a knowledge of how to love each other. You really can
Kelly.
see what's in somebody's heart by what goes on their live list and how to love them best.
Oh, we love you. Thank you. This is the energy we're taking into summer 2024. We will post this conversation on our website, on our YouTube page. If you want to watch it as a family, get those ideas, feel of her beautiful energy, and carry that momentum forward in your own homes. And I'm pregnant. Thanks, sister. Oh, we love you.